continue with our class Kosher Kitchen, and this session and all of them that we're going to learn today should be also to the Refuah Shlema of our dear Rabbi Yaron Ruven Shlita. His name is Yaron Ben Doris. Also to our other people, Yehudis Bas Noach, Ariela Ora Bas Anna, Yimim Rasi Rachel Bas Brian, David Shlomo Ben Sandra. Also quick release of our dear friend Moshe Shmuel Ben Pnina, BeEzrat HaShem. So I continue today with our class Kosher Kitchen, and we're on chapter 18. Maybe in the middle of the chapter 18, and our topic Tevilas Keilim. So which utensils you must to Tovel, meaning to dip into the Mikveh, from which materials and stuff like that. Does it have a contact with the food or not? Okay, so we continue with subsection D. It's page 461. D. Utensil with interchangeable parts. Utensil with interchangeable parts require Tevilas only for those metal and glass parts that come into contact with food. For example, a blender, a blade, and a glass jar of the blender need Tevilah. Glass jar. Okay. Blender. Okay. A plastic jar does not need Tevilah. Okay. The base does not need Tevilah since it does not come into contact with food. One piece handle immersion blender with non-removable blades must be totally immersed right in the Mikveh. So it's underlined. We're going to explain. Okay. See like section 2 part G. Okay. A food processor requires Tevilah only. Food processor. For those metal parts that come into contact with food. Okay. The plastic bowl with the plastic dough, the plastic dough plate, the dough blade. It's plastic. Okay. Or a hook. And certainly the base do not require Tevilah. Okay. A pressure cooker needs Tevilah. The rubber gasket does not need Tevilah. The crack pot, slow cooker, requires Tevilah with a bracha on ceramic insert. A crack pot with a non-removable ceramic insert must be totally immersed in the Mikveh. A Pyrex cover requires Tevilah with a bracha. Plastic cover and the base itself do not require Tevilah. A metal insert requires Tevilah with bracha. However, if the insert Teflon coated, Tevilah should be done without bracha. A mixer requires Tevilah for a metal beater. The glass in the metal bowl, right? The metal splash guard, okay, and the metal dough hook. See the note. Okay, so we're going to see the note. The body of the mixer and the plastic bowls do not require Tevilah. Electric vegetable peeler require Tevilah for the blade only. Okay, so let's now go into this section one by one, and we're going to explain what require, what not require, and BeEzrat HaShem we try to explain why as well, right? All of these parts. Okay. So from the beginning, utensil is interchangeable parts. So interchangeable meaning there is an electric part, most likely, and right blender. Like from examples, we see the right. So electric part and the other parts. Okay. So of course this electric part, the base, the motor, do not require Tevilah because as we learned last time. What was last time? No, it was time before that. Sorry, it was time before. Right, it was time before that. So we said only the parts that come into contact with with actually food, with edible food, so they require Tevilas. So if the food is not edible, food is not edible, so you don't need to Tevilize. Plus, we have to see what material it was made of. Okay, so let's do from the beginning. We're going to explain. And says utensils is interchangeable parts, so meaning it you can take apart, right? Require Tevilah only for the metal or glass parts that come into contact with food, for example. Okay, so here, maybe it sounds a little complicated, but we will try to break down as much as possible to simplify as much as possible. BeEzrat HaShem. So first, we have to underline metal and glass require Tevilah with the blessings. Right, other parts not. So as I said many times, in our family there is a tradition we tevel everything. Of course, not the mortar part, but all of these balls, plastic, and sometimes they come with a special like a mixing spoon, like what special. We can tovel. That doesn't matter what are you going to lose. You say the blessing, of course, on the metal parts, and you can tevel whatever you want, a million parts. Meaning, right? You just say, you just have to say the right blessings. So, meaning, if it's a single blessing, for example, you have a knife, right, and all other plastics. So you say Keilim, right? You say you don't say Keilim. Because other things they're not required the blessing, but you can still immerse them. So you just need to say the right blessing. Okay. All right. So now again, metal and glass require blessing and immersion. So meaning right. So the main part in all of this is the knives, all of kind of knives, all of kind of extensions. So all of this right, since they have to do with they touch the actual food, of course, they get into contact with food, they have to tevel them. So the first is blender. So I never heard, maybe in olden days, I'm not sure if we have blender. Yes, we have small blender. So right, but some people do blender, especially, right? I'm not sure. It's for us small kids, right? They do all of these things. Okay, so the blade and the glass jar. So a glass jar, I never saw the glass jar, but if he said that there is a glass jar, for sure. Today the plastic is even stronger than glass. Okay, but okay. So they require Tevilah. So blade. Right, blade is removable, of course. Blade is removable. Sometimes you have to unscrew it, right? But if you don't want to unscrew it, and it is like it's screwed in, so you can do with a jar. You can do everything together. There is no problem. You're not required to unscrew it. Okay. So glass, and jar, and then the blade. The base does not need Tevilah. The base is electric that does not come into contact with food, since it right. And one piece handled immersion, handle immersion blender with non-removable blade must be totally immersed in the Mikveh. So now they're talking about the way I understand some kind of like a smaller one. So it's not you cannot separate. So it's like for 1 cup, like tiny one. So it's not separable. So you cannot take it off. I think one piece handled immersion blender. Oh no! I apologize. That's not what it is. It's a immersion blender. I think that's with the handle. And you can do puree from your soup. That's what we have one like this, right? But we have it's actually the detachable, so you can remove the knife, and you can immerse the knife. But looks like there is some other kinds, maybe older ones, right? Models. So they were one piece. I'm not sure how you would clean one piece. I'm not sure. Right, but he said in this case you have to like immerse it completely with the motor, with everything, and including the cord and a plug. Okay, so I guess before buying these things, you have to understand how you're going to tovel them, and you can always call the manufacturer and see if you can take it apart, right? Otherwise, for me, that does not make sense. Like if you're going to immerse it into the water, and then if it does not work, you cannot return. That's it. That's your fault. For sure, it says somewhere on the box that do not immerse. Okay, so right, continue. So again, blade must be, if it's detachable, you can immerse only blade. If it's not, you have to immerse the whole unit. And he said including cord and the plug. Okay. So next one, a food processor. So for food processor, it's the same. I think the same idea with a blender. So I mean, stationary blender, you have a motor on the bottom. Right, you have a bowl, right, plastic bowl, and then you have different attachments. So this attachment, all of the attachment, of course, they have to go into the mikveh, right? Because they they're in contact with the food. Plastic bowl, not necessary, but you can do plastic bowl, plastic dough blade. I'm not sure why is it plastic. Okay, or hook. Certainly, the base do not require Tevilas. So even in mixer, right? I mean, we use mixer to make dough. So there is a hook, special hook. So when I first saw that, I said, "Why do you need the hook? What is it for?" And then this hook creates miracle, right? It's special shape. Like it's unbelievable. So that's how it makes the whole dough. It's unbelievable, right? So meaning this hook people use only with dough, with nothing else. Nothing else. So dough is not edible. So is it metal? Yes, it's metal. Do they have to immerse? No, right? And then some other blend, some other things that some attachment. I'm not sure. For a dough also. But sometimes the one that we have, it is made of metal, but the side of it is made of a rubber or plastic, something like that. So it scrapes from the sides. So meaning the metal part, what I'm trying to say, metal part does not come into contact with food. Actually, it does. No, it does. It does. But this, since we're using it for dough, so technically we're not obligated to immerse even metal because it does not touch the food. But if you want to, you can, but with no blessing. Okay, but not obligated. Hook for sure not, and then blade as well. Okay. Continue. The pressure cooker needs Tevilas. The rubber gasket does not need Tevilas. Pressure cooker. I think he's talking about. I'm not sure if it's. Looks like it's not electric. I mean, today most of the things electric, but here maybe it's not electric because it does not say. So I mean, the pressure cooker, and it has special lid with the clamps, and of course you have to immerse it, right? And but you have to remove the gasket. So the gasket, this rubber gasket, so the water would go all the way there and on a lid. Okay. So of course you say the blessing because it's metal. Okay. So crack pot, right? Slow cooker requires Tevilas with a bracha for a ceramic insert. So usually it is ceramic insert. Today, in modern technology, they do actually not ceramic. Many of them. I mean, many of them still ceramic, like a stainless steel. Right, so stainless steel, but ceramic steel, yeah, very popular. Right. So meaning that this ceramic insert, that's only the thing that gets in contact with the food, right? But other things are not. Okay. A crack pot with a non-removable ceramic insert must totally be immersed in the mikveh. It's probably the olden style. So basically, like to be on the safe side, have to buy from a kosher store or at least see what they sell. So if you want to buy from another store, okay. Because otherwise, like in my mind, if you're going to put it there and in this mikveh, it's not clean water. You have to understand. So in the mikveh that we use, as I said before, they use a lot of Clorox because many people use it, right? So it's a needed thing. So what are you going to go home and you wash this electronic part again with the fresh water? I'm not sure. So meaning before buying this, we have to these appliances. It's not appliances. These things, electric things. So we have to gadgets, right? We have to see that that we will be able to immerse it in the mikveh safely. Okay. So we're on a topic of crackpot. So again, if it's a removable insert, we have old one. It's like old one. So that's what removable insert. Very simple. The lid was of glass. So we said the blessing on the lid, and we also immerse the insert. Right. So one second. Right, but if it's a non-removable insert, I'm not sure how it can be non-removable. So in my mind, I never seen one, but in my mind, like how would you wash it? So you have to wash it from time to time. I'm not sure. Okay. Plastic cover requires Tevilas with a bracha. Pyrex cover. So usually Pyrex because it's it's very hot. Right? It's very hot, so it's Pyrex. It's not regular glass for sure. Okay. Cover. Lid. Plastic cover and the base. In the base itself does not require Tevilas. Again, we understand because it does not come into contact with food. Metal insert require Tevilas with bracha. So that's, as I said, I think today is more, maybe cheaper, I don't know. But today they do from stainless steel, which is the best. It's easy to clean, it's easy to maintain, and right, and that's it, right. And plus you say with a blessing, it's removable, no question asked, right. However, if the insert is a Teflon coated, Tevilas should be done without bracha. So because Teflon is a special thing, right? And but since there is a metal underneath, as we explained before, so we have to Tovel, right? But without blessing. Okay. So and all the Teflon and other layering. I mean, I don't know what is it called today. Whereas Teflon is from long time ago, right? But still works. We have this Teflon from many years ago. It still works very good. Okay, it's got scratched a little, but still, I think it works very good. So next one, a mixer required Tevilas for the metal beaters. So the glass or metal bowl. So usually it's metal bowl, but some of them glass, right? Some of them glass. Metal beaters. I'm not sure what these metal beaters used for. Maybe for eggs. That's my guess. So yeah, since eggs is a food, right? Even in raw state, so that's why. So that's the way I understand. What else is going to be there? I'm not sure. Maybe some creams. They do some special creams for cooking. I don't know. Okay, so for sure it is edible. That's why we need to Tovel with blessing. A glass metal bowl, glass or metal bowl for sure, right? Because in this bowl, yeah, maybe you're going to have in this mixer maybe dough, but you still can also do other things which are edible. Okay. Right, metal ball. A metal splash guard. So splash guard that they put on top. So when it mixes, it would not fly everywhere. So it's actually very convenient. So we have metal. You see today, today I think in the last 10 years or so, they do everything in plastic. From plastic, yeah, I think it's pretty strong. No need to get metal, right? So we have this splash guard from plastic. Very convenient. Otherwise, it would fly everywhere, right? The metal door hook. See the note. Metal door hook, so it does not have a contact with the food. But let's see. See section C1 below. We say that one does not recite bracha on the Tevilah of utensils used for making dough, since dough is not edible in this state. Mixer bitters, however, are also used for food that are edible when mixed, for example, creams and icing. Okay. So, but my example is also good. Eggs, they beat up eggs. Okay, so no problem. So again, if it's raw food, I'm not sure why it had to go to note, but we got it. Dough, right? Do without that does not require immersion. Okay, but what I said before, if you're going to go there for sure, so you're going to for sure one element you would need like one part of it you need to immerse. So immerse everything. What is the problem? Problem is, I'm going to tell what's the problem. One time, I don't remember, it was before BeEzrat or something, like a few years ago. I went there. I thought that like after the Mincha Mariv, right? I went there, and there are so many people. Like I was the one. No, I was the only one, and there's so many people came simultaneously. So everybody was shying when you prepare. You have to unscrew things, open. So people have no patience. So they would go in front, this and that. It was a little hectic. So meaning if you're going to do all of the plastic things, and somebody from the crowd is going to point out that maybe you're not obligated to do it. So just be prepared, right? So, but I would say just go when there's nobody there, some special time. Okay. The body of the mixers, right, and any plastic bowls do not require Tevilah. So body of the mixer, its metal is electrical, right? So right, and plastic bowls, okay. So and last one, electric vegetable peeler require Tevilah for the blades only. Right. So electric vegetable peeler. I mean, I think if it's a commercial one, but I'm not sure. Like if you need to peel for your family, why do you need these things? I'm not sure, but we got the point. The electric one is the one that must be immersed. Okay, so let's go to the summary. Let me quickly check time. Okay, no problem. So we go to summary, and the summary is so it says porcelain. So now we're going to do summary on the whole section, not only what we learned today, what we last time and time before last. So it's on the whole section. Porcelain dishes, enameled pots, and Teflon coated pots required Tevilah without bracha. So again, so we're going to one way. Porcelain dishes. So because as we said, there is a doubt, right? Animal pots. So meaning that under this coat there is actually the metal. Right, Teflon coated pots, meaning again the same idea. Under that it's a metal required Tevilah, but since some our poskim said do not require Tevilah because water is not getting in contact with actual metal, so we do it without the blessing. Okay, since there is a metal. Okay, no problem. So next one, knife and with a plastic or wooden handle, wooden pepper mill, right? Food processor blades, shredders, slicers, slicer attachments, and electric, even hot air, corn poppers, wafer makers, coffee makers, sandwich makers, and the grill are required Tevilah with bracha. Okay, so let's do a knife with a plastic wooden handle. So plastic and wood we don't need to tovel, but what we must tovel is a knife, the blade itself. So since it's unsettable utensils, so you have to like immerse everything. Wooden pepper mill. So like pepper mill, some people use it for salt, like they buy salt like Himalayan salt or different kind of salt with the big crystals, right? And they mill it. So the thing is this right? It's wooden, it's plastic. Yeah, it is true, but the knife itself, right? The stone itself, or whatever they call it, right? It's actually of metal, made of metal. So that's part. Of course, I'm not sure if you can separate. I'm not sure. You can separate, but I think mostly like it's embedded in there in the body. So you just tovel everything, right? Right. Continue. Food processors, blades for sure, as we learned. So all of this basically attachments. So all of this, even the majority of this utensil made of different materials that do not require immersion, but there is a metal parts, like the main parts are metal. It's not like screws that hold things together. It's not. Right? If there are screws, like it, right, you don't have to immerse it. But the blades for sure, it's right. It's main part. Have to immerse. Shredders, right, for sure, shredders. And slicer attachment, right? All of these different slicer, and if you have a food processor or you have mixer, all of these different attachment. An electric, not an electric, even hot air corn popper. I'm not sure about this. I think I'm not sure how it works, but electric, even hot air corn popper. Maybe you can I would say like it would be dangerous if it would be dangerous to immerse it. Just try to disassemble and reassemble, right? But of course, take pictures before you do it, so know exactly what you're doing. But otherwise, it's dangerous to put all of these things electric in the water. Okay. Waffle makers for sure. I mean, it's not detachable. The electric element is inside, right? Is inside. And in this case, as we said before, you have to tovel the whole piece. So what does it mean, the whole piece, including a cord and a plug, everything? So right, unless as we said, you can disassemble. Okay, continue. So next one is a thermos bottle with glass. Glass insert should be preferably immersed in the assembled form. So for sure, like don't try it. So this glass insert in the thermos is like very fragile, right? So meaning it's easily breakable. So try, right, immerse everything, and that's how you store it. That's how you use it. So like even if you need to wash it, like with a brush or something, so you never remove insert, right? Even though it is removable, but people just remove to replace it. Okay. So again, a thermos bottle with the glass insert should be preferably immersed in the assembled state, and in this case, yes, you do say blessing, of course. And if some people use like thermos cups, for sure, like they made of metal, for sure. You say you immerse them with a blessing. Okay, next one. Only blade and glass jar over blender needs Tevilas. Okay, so blender the blend all of this foods together. Okay, so we're talking about the stationary one, bigger one, right? So again, blade and a glass jar of the blender need Tevilas. One piece handled immersion blender, right? So like handled immersion blender with not removable blades. Must totally be immersed in the mikveh. So I'm just thinking about the one that we have. Yes, the blade is not removable, but the extension piece. So you hold it in one hand, and you can immerse like in a soup or something. I mean, we bought one for Pesach. Like you need it, but you don't need the whole food processor for Pesach. You can get away with something simple. Right? It was good, and you have beaters there, like different attachments. It's not expensive, and I think it's a very good solution. Okay. So this blade, it is true. It's not. Of course, there is a screw. You can unscrew it, but basically you can immerse the whole piece without. So electric part is separate for sure. Electric part is separate because you must wash it. So of course you unscrew from electric part. Okay. Okay, continue. But if it's not removable, again, maybe some old models that maybe there is not removable, then you must insert, I guess, as we said before, the whole piece. But it's easier, I would think, just disassemble and reassemble. Okay, and the next one. Only the ceramic insert of crack pot requires Tevilah without bracha, right? So because it's like ceramic, as we said. Ceramic. Okay, so crack pot, insert, or as we said above, if you have a lid which is glass, Pyrex, right? So in this case, yes, you say the blessing. So you say the blessing on the lid, and then you do this without the blessing. I mean, all other things do without the blessing. Continue. Only one. So the easiest solution in all the situations. I'm just practical advice, right? So you just pick one thing that for sure you know that it requires blessing, but the metal or glass, according to all of the opinions, and then you say the blessing on this one and immerse everything else. So it's very simple. So continue. Only metal beaters, a metal splash guard, and glass, or a metal balls of mixer required Tevilah. So he's okay. So you have a mixer. Of course, the body does not have a contact with the food, but all of the beaters, all of the he said the metal splash guard, glass or metal bowl for sure. Like you have food there, eggs, some creams, as he said, icing, right? So it requires Tevilah. Next one, only blades of an electric vegetable peeler are required Tevilah. Okay. No problem. So I saw an attachment. We have a mixer. There is they sell, of course, separate attachment from this vegetable peeler. Yeah, it looks like cool when it does it, but I think it's a lot of waste of food. Right. So because the vegetable is not perfect size, but I mean, a person does not care. So yeah, that's not a problem, but I think it's a lot of waste. Okay, so let's continue. At least we start. So we start. Let's see what time is it. So you know what? I think maybe we stop here. Maybe we stop here on this. So next section, because I don't want like a break in the middle of the section. It's very long. And now topic is going to be BeEzrat HaShem, how the utensil will be used. Okay. So I think we stop here. So it was a very successful week. Baruch Hashem, we learned a lot of topics. A lot of good things that we can apply to our life. We try to keep all of the classes very, very practical. So like what applied, we can learn from them and talk to our life today. Not like, of course, it's some things, even from Kabbalistic things we can apply today and see how we can advance. BeEzrat HaShem. So I thank everyone for learning with us, and we should learn more. Even more next week, and I wish everybody good Shabbos. The best until next week. I think we're going to do 5 minutes later, but I'm going to just check the schedule. Thank you and good night.